Alright, welcome back to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. This is a YouTube channel dedicated to showing players how to use advanced tactics in Bannerlord. So this video is going to contain another siege. This is part of my continuing campaign into the south of my map. I'll have a little bit of background just for the players that are following regularly. We basically decided to make an offensive attack against all of the enemy kingdoms that are attacking us, and we've already taken and sacked, I think, 3 cities and a couple castles. You see I have an allied army down here assisting me. It actually appears that there are other allies down here sieging. These have to be my forces. And while that's happening, of course, our homeland is under duress. I figured this was going to happen. You know, this campaign has been about a month plus of game time, right? And so the enemy is sieging multiple cities up north. But this was a price I knew I had to pay to do this, right? The whole purpose of this is to try to destroy the financial capacity of the enemy to wage war. The Southern Empire constantly attacks me, and so I've been taking cities down here and sacking them to try to ruin their financial revenue to the Southern Empire. So what? It looks like 2 different large armies. So we just started sieging this city. I think I'll let these armies come fight me. I've been kind of waiting for a climactic battle to this campaign, and I think I can that's almost 3,000. Oh, those are more. Holy shit. I can't leave. I'm gonna have to fight this force. Holy shit. Okay, here we go. Well, this is what you're here for, right, folks? You want huge battles? Look at this fucking battle we got here. 4,100 enemy are coming to the relief of this siege. I'm going to use 25% player damage in this battle if I have any chance to win. I'm probably going to have to fight a lot, and I'm going to make another change. Normally, I've been running in very light armor as a berserker to move around the battlefield. We're going to wear my dad's armor here. My dad passed away. My character's dad passed away, so we're going to wear his armor here. To have a better chance of surviving this battle. The biggest thing I'm concerned about is their Crusade horse archers, and normally they're difficult, but when you have other forces attacking, it looks like the Southern Empire is part of this attack as well. That means they're going to have a strong frontal attack with cavalry and horse archers. So this is going to be quite a brawl, and maybe not a battle we can win, but we also can't retreat because we're at a siege. So this is sort of for all the marbles here. This is helpful though. We have a nice setup here. The enemy's going to be attacking us, and so we'll be able to set up defensively here around this river. The problem is the horse archers. I would love to pinch the horse archers around that bridge. So I think if I can set up to the right, if I can have an extending arm of archers out into the water, kind of out into there, it'll be shallow, but the enemy will have to march through the river to get to those archers, and then hopefully I can pin. Gotta have like no infantry. Hopefully I can pin the enemy horse archers kind of against that rock and that bridge. If I can stem the tide and prevent a huge amount of horse archers from getting behind me early in the battle, then maybe we can pull off a miracle here. I've got my elite 8th Corps, a bunch of my best troops placed right in the middle. I might even be using them early on. This is going to be a desperate type battle. My 3rd Cavalry, I don't actually know. I'm probably going to try to use them as a distractionary force for their incoming infantry. My plan right now is to use my 2nd Cavalry on the left wing here and try to slow down the horse archers, but I don't know how that's going to go. There's a huge amount of territory behind me here. I really do want the horse archers, though, to come directly at me, though, so I'm going to set my forces back a bit, my cavalry back a bit, and hope that they come directly at me. Then I can rush my cavalry up to try to blockade them. At least I've got, strong captains in every spot, because, this is going to be one hell of a slugfest if we can pull this off. You see between my 7 or 8 different armies that are part of this larger army group, we might have 200 Battanian Fiends, right? Bathian champions. And we obviously have high-level troops, but so is the enemy. The enemy's not just going to have high-level troops, but we're outnumbered 3 to 1. that water's not nearly as long or as deep as I was hoping it was. I mean, that's going to be a pretty quick jaunt. The only thing that'll be slowed down is their infantry. Look at that, 724 to 270 troops. Well, you can see this. We're going to hold our archers for now. We're not going to fire until they're closer. Oops, a few units are on fire. Actually, you know, they're right there. Let's go ahead and just open fire. There's nothing wrong with having a sally. We can throw them a salvo of arrows right away. Yeah, see, let's get my 2nd cavalry up here and try to block these horse archers. If I can threaten them and sort of prevent them, they'll have to go around that bridge. Oh, they're going right at fucking underneath it. I did not think that was going to be a possibility. That's going to make things even harder. I can't guard that whole flank. Alright, I'm going to send my 3rd cavalry in here just to skirmish. I'm just trying to hold back the tide here for a while and prevent the enemy from totally waylaying my archers. If my Battanian Fiends can fire for maybe even another 30 seconds, they're going to be able to do some really serious damage. Yeah, see, the horse archers are already leaking through. Well, I can tell this is going to be a frantic battle. I mean, this is just going to be... I may end up getting routed. You know, I haven't showed a real serious defeat on the channel. We have had defeats on the channel, but I haven't shown a battle where we just got totally smoked. Frankly, that doesn't happen very often to our army, but look at this fucking infantry line. Holy... It's all their elite troops. Dark Hands, Legionnaires, all elite troops, and of course they're just in a big shield wall nullifying the archers. Alright, I'm going to get some cavalry behind them and sort of disrupt their line. If I can disrupt it a little bit, the archers may be able to do some damage. They're just absorbing these arrows. Alright, we're going to have to just waylay this. 8th Corps and 1st and 6th Infantry with the cavalry are all going to have to attack at the same time. You see me do this before. This is just a different animal to attack. I mean, it's like 4 rows deep of fucking elite troops. Holy fuck, here we go. Yeah, they're fucking tough troops, too. They have so many lords. I don't even know how many enemies they were attacking with, but it must have been 15 or 20 lords. Well, so far, so good. Battanian Fiends already have their swords out. We're doing some pretty decent melee work. Take that fucking cavalry out. As you've heard in other videos, I'm not going to apologize for the swearing. There won't be any attacks, no racism, anything like that, but when you're in the fight of your life, you're going to swear sometimes. You got to go into battle like this with a little bit of rage. I hate these enemies right now, right? That's how you have to approach it. Cavalry holding off pretty well. There's actually not a huge amount of cavalry behind us. The armor's helping. You know, I was able to survive that first wave. I'm only down about an 8th health. Obviously, this is going to be a long battle, maybe even a half-hour battle. Here come the horse archers. I can see them back there. I'm going to start getting my archers out on this little branch here. But I have almost no cavalry. What do I have? Like 5 guys. So, alright, here we go. It's us against, you know, 150 horse archers. No problem. And they're being tactically smart, too. They're running away from my archers. If they were near my archers would be able to really hammer them with arrows. But they're being pretty cheeky here. Still, that polearm just lays waste to horse archers. Holy fuck. Down you go. Yeah, they're circling behind, but my archers now are starting to light them up, right? Like, that's the one benefit here, is that they are getting shot to pieces by my archers. I'm kind of a one-man army. I don't even see any of my allied cavalry finding me. This is the kind of fight it might be early on. Eventually I'll get more cavalry reinforcements, but obviously when you're outnumbered 3 or 4 to 1 like this, what the game engine does is it gives the enemy 700 or 800 forces and you 200. That's even if you get a cavalry block of reinforcement. Look at, holy shit, look at their heavy cavalry charging. I've got to get down there and help them with that. Just a huge wave of heavy cavalry just stormed fucking through. Ugh. Can't tell which is my troops. This is just total chaos at this point. Even worse, the archers are circling around behind us and shooting us in the back. You know, this is one of those things I wish there were 6 of my characters. We're just getting lit up. I see a screen full of red, too. It's starting to go bad. I like it when they're in the water because they move slow, right? It's a lot easier to come to grips with them with my polearm. Of course, I'm more vulnerable too. Like if I get dropped in this battle early on, obviously it's over. In a lot of battles, if my character goes down early on, it's not a good result. Once in a while, auto resolve takes over, or rather the AI takes over, but most of the time it's death. Well, I like them in the water. That's definitely something I'd like to take advantage of more of, but I don't imagine they're going to be in the water very much. God, these guys are just running through my archers. It's so hard to run them down, too. God, they're defending. I just got speared. My horse is about to die. I will be making tactical adjustments as the battle goes on, but I can barely catch my breath, folks. Anybody yeah, there goes my horse. Anybody watching, you can just see I'm just facing threats everywhere. There's a huge archery line here as well, and they're right in our face, just lighting us up. Fuck you. The music is appropriate for killing. And steal another horse here. I'm basically going to have to alternate between fighting on foot and fighting on horse, right? When they have a lot of horse archers, I'll probably be on horse more often, trying to drag cavalry on my own side behind them. Look at how many horse archers they have back there. They're charging through with cavalry. It just feels totally hopeless. I don't know if you're watching this, if you get a sense of hopelessness, but I mean, we're being steamrolled by camels. And I just can't... I don't feel like I can get on top of them either. There's no rest. There's no time to adjust strategy. I'm getting speared in the face. Their guys are surviving heavy hits too. Like some of these guys should be dropping to these hits and they're not. That's probably because this enemy has high-level lords, right? With medicine skill, other skills that increases the strength of their troops. These fucking archers are just decimating us. They probably have more archers than all of our forces combined. I gotta do some axe work in here. Polearm is actually better for this. Sometimes I'll use my axe for speed, but the polearm, the beauty of it is you hit guys at such a long distance. You're kind of safe and you can just go through here and slice guys apart. Now there's infantry supporting their archers rushing forward. I mean, everywhere I look, there's enemies. When I get a full picture of the battle, I just see enemies pouring in on my formations. There's some axe work. Fuck you. The only benefit of fighting so many enemies, look at these guys are just storming. That was just a wave of death, and it was all my troops just getting annihilated. I think that whole battalion, Fian regiment just got decimated. So I got reinforcements pouring in up this hill. I'm going to use this elevation. It's a little bit further distance for the enemy to move as well. I'm like shooting downhill on them. The problem though is that again, horse archers are going to be circling us. We got some battalion Fians left, like 20 brave guys who try to support these guys up the hill, but look at how many fucking enemies are attacking them. Fuck you. Man, it's just... Normally the screen is red, you know, up in the upper right, or excuse me, it's green when we're fighting. In this battle it's red, right? I'm getting lit up, our forces are getting killed. Sometimes en masse. It's just kind of a massacre on the other side. And I don't know how we're going to change this momentum. It'll definitely help to have us up the hill because it'll take their reinforcements longer to get to us. Sometimes that's a factor, folks. Their reinforcements are coming, but they're coming from way over there, right? Of course, I'm over here picking them off. I've got a nice infantry line formed up there. That's going to help because that's going to absorb a lot of the arrows, and the archers can then go to work on those horse archers. The other part that makes tactics difficult in big battles like this is I've already been reduced to like 3 or 4 army groups. A lot of times when you get reinforcements, it starts to dump your 8th, you know, your 8th group, your 6th group. It starts to consolidate those. I gotta do some axe work down here. There's a 10-foot mass of enemies just attacking my guys here. Our guys are like 1 deep, trying to hold back this avalanche. If I can kill, you know, a half dozen guys here every 10 seconds, you know, it really helps. It's obviously safer on a horse. These guys approaching me, but I've got to come in here and just do some murderous work. There's no doubt if we're going to win this battle, I'm going to have to kill 250, 300 enemies. I can't just sit on a horse in command while they get ran over by an avalanche. Look at these guys are just pouring through. Yeah, this line is dissolving. The enemy is just thicker than fucking lice. And they're tough enemies. I mean, these guys are holding shields. I just saw an enemy lord blocking. These are high-level foes. Level 5, level 6 troops left and right. Die, you fuck. I haven't even had time to pick up shield. Usually in a battle this long, I already have a shield. I'd love to get that big one. Something like that. I just don't have time. I feel like I'm in a race against time. Look at this wave of enemy. It just continues to push their way up the hill. And now they're starting to push into my archers, right? So that's when I'm really in trouble, because I'm no longer even attacking the horse archers. The horse archers, if my archers aren't firing, are just firing freely. They still have this huge wave of infantry, or of archers down here I've got to deal with. You know, again, I feel like I have 6 or 7 different things I have to deal with all at once here. And we just wade in here. I don't even have to kill all these guys. If they aggro behind me and these guys are chasing me, that's less guys that are shooting. I mean, I understand this is risky. I'm getting shot in the face. Some of these guys I'm smoking. I'm fast enough to outrun a lot of these troops, right? I'll just keep running. I want that horse. Give me that horse. I would love a stray horse to run by right now. Well, you know, I mean, you see the work I just did on those archers. Not only did I kill a couple dozen there, but I also interrupted a lot. Those are archers that are not firing. This is why I need my dad's armor. I'm just absolutely fucking zerged by enemies. Let's get out of there. Another huge wave of infantry. It's just pouring up on me. This fucking guy's been chasing me for 2 minutes. Fuck you. That's our tactic for this battle. I hope everybody's paying close attention. It's fuck you. Now, so what I've done is this infantry line, I'm starting to form it and starting to push it downhill, right? Trying to buy space for my archers. If there's a little bit of space between my troops and the archers, they can shoot down on the enemy reinforcements that are coming in. I got a nice line here. There's another huge line of enemy reinforcements coming. You know, of course, there's not going to be any end to the battle until one side is completely annihilated. They're not retreating. I'm obviously not retreating. This is a nice strong line, though. I got to get these archers positioned a little better. Let's see what we can do here. Let's keep them spread. The good news is that there's no horse archers. At least there's a little respite. I mean, not many. They're still running around. But I mean, there's not 100 back there just decimating our ranks. This shield wall is doing a perfect job. It's basically just holding the enemy back while our archers rain death. Let's see if I can get the archers off to a flank. I've got to be careful with my health. I'm already down to half. There's lots more fighting to go. The line is starting to leak around the left flank, so I'm going to come in here to support and bring cavalry in. Hopefully between the two of us, the cavalry and myself, we can plug up this leak in our shield wall here. God, the enemies are just relentlessly pouring around the corner. God, these archers aren't spread. Come on, spread, boys. Look at this guy coming up behind me in slow motion. Sword right in my back. Fuck you. Oh shit, forward did not work very well. Sometimes when you tell your units to move forward, they're confused because there are enemies in front and behind them, and they'll run the wrong way. That was definitely almost a disaster. At least they're holding that line strong. I'll make another 4... I love that sound. I'll make another foray here into their archers, see if I can't interrupt some of their arrows. Now, on the enemy's left flank, behind me here, I have a nice line of archers. Oh, you fuck. Give me your horse. Oh, oops, I killed it by accident. Yeah, these cavalry are usually just totally fodder for my axe. Yeah, just disintegrating. But of course, they have archers behind them, more infantry coming. Fuck. I'm going to start sending that line down more aggressively. I'm just getting overrun here. So the archers now have a really good side flank going. What that means is they're shooting arrows into the side of these enemies while they attack my shield wall. This is actually a beautiful tactical advantage. These guys are getting lit up by arrows. They're not really looking or defending that way. Their shields are pointed the wrong way. Yeah, I mean, I'm slower with this armor, but I need it for this battle. I'm just getting chased constantly. Guys are attacking me, hitting me. Alright, I've got a new line of infantry. Let's get you boys into the fight. What do I have here? I got 120 archers. That's not bad. Let's wreak some havoc here in this fucking line of infantry. Holy fucking enemies. It just is like a congregation of enemies. Yeah, fuck you. saying earlier, the advantage of so many enemies is not hard to find a target. There's a head everywhere I swing my axe. If I could just swing it as fast as I can and kill someone every 2 seconds. Look how many. Holy shit. Well, they don't pay attention to me. They're going to pay the price. Those archers are doing a pretty good job of skirmishing and fighting when they have to. Now they're being attacked by infantry. Let's join these boys. I have to have these archers protected. Fuck. I apologize if it's a little blurry, folks. I've got to do a lot of dodging in this battle. I can't hold the camera still just so you get a nice clean shot. I've got fucking 12 guys shooting at me, 5 more trying to put a scimitar in my back. I'll have cleaner shoots when I'm not being totally overwhelmed. God, there's a respite, a little break. Alright, get back here, man. I can't have my infantry just taking off. We're not going to be the attackers ever in this fight. What do I got? I got some archers, 70 archers. I actually have some cavalry for once. These are lower level troops, though. I'm starting to get into our weaker troops. That's a bad sign. I see... And frankly, I see like warriors and Sturgian warriors and other really low-level troops. Alright, what enemy we got? 150 infantry, another 110 archers, and cavalry. Another big cavalry wave. I've got my cavalry here at the edge of the water, just blockading. Their sole job there is to slow the enemy in that spot, right? They are killing some people, they're taking losses. But I just wanted to slow the enemy down a little bit here. Catch my breath. Let these archers work. I got an infantry line behind them. I finally have sort of a tactical setup here. It took me, what, 20 minutes of battle before I got another tactical setup. These horses too. My axe just eats these for breakfast. And you guys, you should be running, because otherwise my axe is going to chop you all down. Yeah, they're all jammed up on my infantry. This is just massacre. Yeah, and I'm going to have to take every advantage I can in this battle, right? This battle might go on for a while. The good news is that these are lower level troops, right? These are level 3 Kazate nobles, level 2 Kazate nobles. Let's send the infantry in here. Let's try to make a push. More fucking horse archers. They have a huge line of infantry that's lined up on my infantry. Let's see if we can't anchor our infantry here. Just get straight into the fight. Look at how many there are. Fuck. If I can get behind him, I can do some really good axe work. Took out that horse archer. My infantry's actually pushing up in here. This is a desperate charge. We need to push through these guys. God, that guy blocked like fucking 6 shots. His little tiny scimitar. Let's savage him down to the last fucking guy here. Another huge wave coming. Fuck you. We charge right into battle. And you guys want some of this? Fuck you. That was a good flurry right there. Let's not get too carried away though. I'm starting to get injured. I haven't had a whole lot of bad attacks on me. I haven't had vicious blows to my body. It's been mostly glancing blows. Yeah, this huge infantry line is just shoving right through us. I've got to try to help my guys here keep it back. Look at how many there are. Holy fuck. Running for my life. Alright, reinforcements at just the right time. Get in there, boys. I've got some decent high-level troops in there, too. Let's make a push. I can see a huge force behind him, too. Just I can see more enemy reinforcements coming. It looks like horse archers. Like a huge line of them. Now, we are mangling their infantry, though. They're focused on other people, and I'm just fucking blowing them up. They actually look like they want to waver. This might be a moment to get aggressive here, to try to kill their morale. If I can kill their morale, I don't have to kill all 4,200 troops. We're cutting them down. The screen is actually all green for once. Like, this battle is definitely starting to turn. If I can get my troop formation set up here before that wave gets to us, we can pull this off. Let's get these archers out here on the flank. I might grab a horse to confront all these horse archers. I need a horse bad. They're low-level horse archers, but it's still a lot of arrows coming in. What's your horse? Yeah, it doesn't help when I kill the horse. Look how many there are. They're like fucking thick. Get those shields up. And shift it over to the left here to deal with all these cavalry. Again, they're lower level. That's a good sign that the enemy's starting to get weaker too. This is just a slugfest. Both sides are being pressed to the max. What an epic fucking battle. And you guys keep on running in against my axe with those fucking horses. All your dead horses are gonna hold you up while I fucking massacre you all. Okay, they can't move because of all the dead horses. These guys are just absolutely slaughtered. Infantry are starting to leak through again. It's just a never-ending assault. And I just never know when my own reinforcements are going to run out. Right? I've got a good block of guys now. The archers are actually fighting a lot of melee. I just don't know when my reinforcements, though, are going to stop coming. Right? In a long battle like this, I typically don't actually look at the counter to see how many troops I have left. I prefer the suspense of it, not knowing whether or not I'm about to lose or about to win. I've been monitoring the death spam, though. The death spam has been steadily green for a while, though. Like, that enemy wave really got decimated. That formation that we set up, the archers. Let's get these men back. These guys are fucking fleeing. This row of enemies is fleeing. Let's encourage their asses. Let's push up in them. When the enemy's thinking about fleeing, make sure they flee. Get your asses in there and just wreak havoc, right? Do maximum damage. These guys they look like they're reforming. Fleeing enemies completely turn their back to you, so this is enemies that are trying to reform, so let's try to take them out while we can. Some of them are definitely fleeing. Let's do a little more morale fucking destruction here. You guys die in the marsh. Let's see if I can't get this enemy to get out of here. God, I did not think I could win this battle at the beginning. When my Battanian Fions got immolated in that first big push. I think this battle is over, though. I mean, unless this enemy turns, they are turning. Turn to run, boys. You don't want any of this. Haha. Wow. Well, I know that wasn't the greatest tactical performance I've had. There was, you know, maybe only a couple dozen actual commands to troops, but that was probably one of the most enjoyable battles I've ever fought. It seemed like the whole fucking realm attacked 4,100 enemies, and we were able to hold them off. I mean, what a fucking grand slaughter that was. Man, the culminating battle of this campaign, the enemies threw everything they had against us, and everything they had ended up dead on the battlefield here. I'm sure I had some losses too. 900, over 1,000. That means I have about 200 or 300 healthy units. And I lost one of my best companions. Goragos the Bull is a total beast. It's a tough loss, but to win this battle, you know, I think he'd be happy. This digital person, I'm sure he'd be happy. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I don't know if you noticed, I saved before that battle. I don't do this very often. Here, let's set all these free. If you don't know, I always release all prisoners. It's part of my policy in this campaign. Make it a little harder, right? Immediately give them their freedom. Oh, they got some troops. We will take them all. Yes. It's going to overfill us, but we'll be able to share those with our nobles. I release all prisoners, but if you notice, I saved before that battle, and the reason I did that is I want to actually run the auto attack. So I'm going to reload this save game, and then we'll see. You know, we'll see how the auto attack does with that. It'll be interesting to see. I can't imagine it's going to succeed. All right, so now running the autoplay of this battle, I just reloaded it. Let's see how the computer does. 4100 plus against 1500. Like, I can't imagine they're going to win. And no, look, it's already going bad. I mean, we have to kill 3 or 4 guys to their 1 to have any chance of winning. And we're actually losing more troops than we're taking out. Now, of course, I think this does factor in the fact that I'm not running around with the axe. I think it simulates without the main character. But you can see just how important tactics were in this battle. We get totally crushed if we just let it run auto. Well, thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, and we'll continue showing you huge battles and advanced tactics in Bannerlord. Thanks again.